Welcome to Venice. Ciao, everybody. Venice, a city built on water, steeped in history and bursting with culture. It's no wonder families have been coming here for generations to experience its unique charm. And you know what? It's not just for lovers and honeymooners. Venice is incredibly kid-friendly. Today we're going to explore some of the top spots in Venice that you and your little gondoliers will absolutely love. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, we'll uncover the magic of Venice together as a family. So grab your bambini, pack your sense of adventure, and let's dive right in. All right, our first stop is none other than the granddaddy of Venetian landmarks, St. Mark's Basilica. This isn't just a church, it's a masterpiece, a fusion of Byzantine and Western architecture. The kids will be awestruck by the sheer scale of it, the towering domes, the shimmering mosaics. Now, you know me. I love a good history lesson, and St. Mark's? Well, it's practically overflowing with history. Tell the kids about how this basilica was built over 800 years ago, how it was once the Doge's personal chapel. The Doge was like the big cheese, the ruler of Venice. Inside, every inch tells a story. Don't miss the Palo d'Oro, an altarpiece dripping in gold and jewels. It's like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. And hey, here's a tip: climb to the top of the Campanile, the bell tower, for a bird's eye view of the city. The kids will love spotting landmarks from above. Just a heads up, St. Mark's can get pretty crowded, especially during peak season. It's worth booking your tickets in advance to skip the line. Trust me, your feet will thank you. Now, after all that exploring, you're probably feeling peckish. Well, right outside the Basilica, you'll find plenty of cafes serving up delicious Italian gelato. Treat the kids and yourselves to a scoop or two. You deserve it. But before we move on, let me tell you a little secret. Just to the left of the Basilica's main entrance, look for a small, unassuming door. This leads to the treasury, home to a collection of religious relics and art. It's a hidden gem that most tourists miss. Remember, folks, traveling with kids is all about making memories. So take your time, soak in the atmosphere, and let the kids lead the way. Who knows what treasures you might discover together. And hey, don't forget to snap a family photo in front of the Basilica. It's a Venetian rite of passage. Okay, ready for our next adventure? Let's go. From one iconic landmark to another, just a stone's throw from St. Mark's Basilica is the Doge's Palace, a masterpiece of Venetian Gothic architecture. Now, this place is like stepping back in time. For centuries, this palace was the heart of Venetian power, where the Doge and his council ruled. As you walk through the lavish chambers and grand halls, imagine the important decisions that were made here, the deals that were struck, the secrets that were whispered. The kids will be fascinated by the stories of the Doge, the elaborate costumes, and maybe even a little bit of palace intrigue. Who knows, you might even inspire a future historian or two. One of the highlights of the Doge's palace is the Bridge of Sighs. Now, this enclosed bridge connects the palace to the old prisons. Legend has it that prisoners would sigh as they crossed the bridge, catching their last glimpse of freedom and Venice's beauty. Now, I know what you're thinking, prisons with kids. But trust me on this one, the prisons themselves are actually quite fascinating, and the kids will get a kick out of seeing where the naughtiest Venetians were kept. And here's a fun fact. The Doge's Palace is home to one of the world's largest oil paintings, Tintoretto's Paradise. It's absolutely massive and incredibly impressive. See if the kids can spot all the different characters and details in the painting. Before you leave the Doge's Palace, be sure to explore the courtyard. It's a peaceful oasis in the heart of the city with beautiful arches and sculptures. A perfect spot for a quick rest or a family photo. And hey, if you're feeling brave, take a walk across the Bridge of Sighs yourselves. Just try not to shed a tear for those poor prisoners. Well, folks, that's the Doge's Palace, a place where history comes alive. Now let's grab a slice of pizza and head to our next destination. Okay, folks, we're crossing the Grand Canal, and we're doing it in style on foot, over the Rialto Bridge. This bridge is more than just a way to get across the canal. It's a symbol of Venice, a bustling hub of activity. As you stroll across the Rialto Bridge, take a moment to soak it all in. Look down at the gondolas gliding through the water. Listen to the chatter of the gondoliers. Feel the energy of the city all around you. Now, the Rialto Bridge is lined with shops, so it's a great place to pick up a souvenir or two. But be warned, it can get a little crowded, so hold on tight to those little ones. And speaking of shopping, just off the Rialto Bridge is the Rialto Market, a sensory overload of colors, smells, and sounds. This is where locals come to buy fresh produce, seafood, and all sorts of goodies. Encourage the kids to try something new, maybe some fresh Italian cheese or some juicy olives. Who knows, they might just discover their new favorite food. The Rialto Market is a great place to experience the authentic side of Venice, away from the tourist crowds. It's a feast for the senses and a photographer's dream. After you've had your fill of the market, hop on a Vaporetto, Venice's version of a water bus, and take a ride down the Grand Canal. It's a great way to see the city from a different perspective. The kids will love cruising down the canal, passing under bridges, and admiring the grand palazzos that line the waterway. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, you could even rent your own gondola for a private tour. Just be prepared to sing for your supper, or at least your gondolier. So, there you have it. The Rialto Bridge and Market, a taste of Venetian life at its finest. Now let's jump back on the Vaporetto and head to our next destination. Adventure awaits. Alright folks, let's switch gears and dive into the world of modern art at the Peggy Guggenheim collection. Now I know what you're thinking, art museums with kids, but trust me, this one is special. First of all, the setting is incredible. The museum is housed in Peggy Guggenheim's former home, a beautiful palazzo overlooking the Grand Canal. The views alone are worth the price of admission. But it's not just about the views. Peggy Guggenheim was a passionate art collector, and her collection includes works by some of the biggest names in modern art: Picasso, Dali, Magritte, you name it. Now, I know modern art can be a little out there, but encourage the kids to use their imaginations. Ask them what they see in the paintings, what shapes and colors they notice, what stories the artworks tell. The Peggy Guggenheim collection also does a great job of making art accessible to kids. They have family-friendly audio guides, activity backpacks, and even special workshops designed specifically for young art enthusiasts. And hey, if the kids get restless, let them run around in the sculpture garden. It's a beautiful space with stunning views and plenty of room to stretch their legs. After you've had your fill of art, grab a coffee and pastry at the Museum Cafe. It's the perfect spot to relax and enjoy the view. The Peggy Guggenheim collection is a great reminder that art can be enjoyed by people of all ages. It's a place to spark creativity, inspire curiosity, and maybe even discover a new favorite artist. So, there you have it, the Peggy Guggenheim collection, a modern art oasis in the heart of Venice. Now, are you ready for our final adventure? Let's hop on a boat and head to Murano Island. A short boat ride from the main islands of Venice lies Murano, a place practically synonymous with the art of glassblowing. For centuries, Murano has been renowned for its exquisite glass creations, and a visit here is like stepping into a real-life fairy tale. As you approach the island, you'll be greeted by a colorful array of glass sculptures, vases, and trinkets displayed in shop windows. It's a feast for the eyes. Now, the best way to experience Murano is to visit one of the many glass-blowing workshops. Here, you and the kids can witness the magic firsthand as skilled artisans transform molten glass into delicate works of art. It's a mesmerizing process, watching the glass blowers shape and mold the glowing glass with such precision and artistry. The kids will be absolutely captivated. Many workshops offer demonstrations where you can learn about the history of Murano glassblowing, the different techniques used, and the significance of the design. It's a fascinating glimpse into a centuries-old tradition. And hey, if you're feeling inspired, some workshops even offer glass-blowing classes where you and the kids can try your hand at creating your own masterpieces. Talk about a unique souvenir to take home. After the workshop, be sure to wander through the charming streets of Murano, lined with shops selling everything from delicate glass jewelry to elaborate chandeliers. It's a shopper's paradise. But even if you're not in the mood to buy, it's fun to browse and admire the craftsmanship. And here's a tip. If you're looking for a more authentic experience, venture beyond the main tourist areas and explore the quieter back streets of Murano. You'll discover hidden workshops, charming cafes, and a glimpse into the local life of this unique island. So there you have it, Murano Island, a place where art and tradition collide. It's a must-see for any visitor to Venice, especially families with kids who will be enchanted by the magic of glassblowing. Now let's hop back on the boat and head back to Venice for some well-deserved gelato. Well, there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of some of the most family-friendly spots in Venice. From the grandeur of St. Mark's Basilica to the magic of Murano's glassblowing, Venice offers something special for everyone in the family. Remember, traveling with kids is all about embracing the unexpected, making memories, and maybe even learning a thing or two along the way. And Venice, with its unique charm and endless possibilities, provides the perfect backdrop for an unforgettable family adventure. So, what are you waiting for? Start planning your Venetian escapade today. And don't forget to pack your sense of adventure, your appetite for delicious Italian food, and of course your camera to capture all the memories. Ciao for now, and see you on our next adventure.